two Brits fighting for a world title. Set the vitality. The more pressure, the more excitement. Pressure's a privilege.
Oh, big shot. Feels a huge uppercut and he is stretched out on his back. There is no need to count.
Like I said to him the other day, he's invited to my world title winning party in my hometown on May 27th.
Chris, just under a few weeks away from the homecoming. Talk to me about the emotions leading into this fight on such a momentous occasion for yourself.
Yeah, it's been a great camp. It's obviously what the fight is. Obviously, it's a world title fight. It's at the vitality. It's a nice feeling, yeah. And it's my little boy's birthday the day before the fight as well. So there's a lot going on, and yeah, I'm excited.
Do you feel pressure or excitement? What way are you sort of leaning at the moment?
Both. I mean, I think for me, the more pressure, the more excitement. I think that's what it's about for me. I've said numerous times, pressure's a privilege. You know, it's one of my favourite quotes, and I think that sort of just brings the excitement. And I think the way, if you can't get excited for a pressured situation like this, then you're in the wrong sport, and you shouldn't be in sport whatsoever. So for me, it's massive. You know, the whole town's really turning out, so it's definitely exciting.
Lawrence Okolie, a fighter you know all too well, hundreds of rounds. How different are the preparations at this final stages for someone you know that well?
No different from normal, you know. It's been a long camp. I've been in since the beginning of the year, but slowly building, and we're peaking at the right time, and it's all coming together. So I think with you know, it's no different. It's just nailing the game plan like it would be for any other fight. Obviously the game plans are always different. So yeah, just zoning in now.
He mentioned that he didn't get an invite to your wedding. What's the reasoning behind that? What does that affect you?
That just shows. I think that shows Lawrence's what's the word? Maybe his ego, because he's obviously forgot that I got married in lockdown, and none of the other gym were actually even at my wedding. We didn't have a proper wedding in the end, but like I said to him the other day, he's invited to my world title winning party in my hometown on May 27th, so he got an invite to that.
You know, he's mentioned that there might potentially be a mole in the camp. Like, what do you make of all that talk? Has there been an internal investigation?
If there is, then either he's getting the wrong information and he's happy, or he's getting the right information and he's scared. So either way, it doesn't affect me. But it's yeah, I imagine it's all just talk from Lawrence.
How do you put aside the fact you know him so well, like the mind games, the talking, and get into fight mode?
I've just enjoyed it. All the talking I've really enjoyed, and it's just about focusing on the game plan on the night and getting the job done. That's just what it is. You know, everything that comes with it is part and parcel of the job, with the talk and stuff. But all that I've enjoyed. The few back and forths we've had, and it's been good for. I think it's been good for me. And good for the fans as well.
It's also trainer v trainer, Sugar and Shane, two elite coaches. How interesting of a matchup does it become when you bring them into the mix as well?
Yeah, I mean, but it's a world championship fight, so you can have world-class coaches. You know, the dynamic of it is that Shane knows Lawrence and Sugar doesn't know me. So I guess we've got an edge in that sense, but it's. Yeah, this is what you get at the top level, and we're at the very top now, two Brits fighting for a world title.
What's Shane's approach been in terms of game plan? Obviously, without giving anything away, but like to defeat Lawrence, like what's he bringing to it? Don't
let him hug you. For the fans' sake, don't let him hug you. But no, there's so many little facets to it. And I think, little adjustments here and there. Lawrence has slightly changed his style, which may or may not be a benefit to him. We'll see on the night, but the best Lawrence Okolie is the one that we saw in the gym, so we're preparing for that.
You've said in the past that nobody knows what happens when he gets caught. How do you plan on finding that out?
Yeah, we know the ways to land the shots. It'll be interesting then to see how he reacts, you know, when he's getting hit. And you know, he's been hit with a few half shots here and there for his career, but really hasn't really been hit that clean. And if he has, he doesn't get hit often, which is credit to him. But we know the way to do that.
Obviously, increased capacity ticket extension. People want to see this fight. What can we expect when the first bell goes? I imagine they'll be creating some atmosphere, especially on that first bell. But yeah, it's just for me, it's just about focusing on the task at hand, and yeah, just seeing how the game plan goes, and just working on that, and just pushing the game plan and staying focused throughout. Without looking past Okolie, but let's look past him for a second. What's the plan? Unifications, could we ever see him move up to heavyweight?
Yeah, Unifications for sure. Never say never. I mean, I said at one point, you know, people asked me the same question about if I'd ever fight Lawrence. I said, never say never, I can't see it happening. So I guess the same answer to heavyweight. Never say never. It depends really. I'm strong at the cruiserweight now. You know, I'm growing, filled right out into it. I'm the strongest I've been. So yeah, hopefully I can get all I need to do done at cruiserweight, and then we'll see from there.
Can I push you for a prediction for your fight then?
Chris-Billam-Smith knockout.